Welcome back. The details with me, Hana Al-Hamalawi. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi received on Sunday United Arab Emirates President Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan in Alamein Airport. They held talks following the reception over a number of regional and international issues of mutual concern. Bilateral ties also topped the agenda of the talks. Egypt and UAE have strong and historical bilateral relations, which represent a model to be emulated in Arab relations. More details.
The Egyptian-UAE relations are based on the foundations of strategic partnership between the two countries to achieve interests of the two peoples and face challenges in the region. The leadership of the two countries and their officials always meet at all levels to coordinate on these challenges. The number of exchanged visits between the two leaders of the two countries has reached about 22 since 2014. UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces visited the Egyptian capital about 13 times. The Egyptian popular diplomacy also played a role in supporting relations with Abu Dhabi, where it expressed its appreciation and thanks for the UAE's position, which has backed Cairo in the fight against terrorism and extremist ideology. On the 7th of June 2014, a high-level UAE delegation headed by Mohammed bin Zayed participated in the inauguration ceremony of President al-Sisi to open the page on Egyptian-UAE relations during the era of the new Egyptian leadership. After only 3 months, Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan held talks with the Egyptian president that included files of the region, a visit that determined the strategic nature of the two leaders' meeting. President al-Sisi began the year 2015 with his first visit to the UAE at the invitation of Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. It was agreed in February 2017 to form a bilateral political consultation mechanism that would meet every 6 months at the level of foreign ministers and the other at the level of senior officials. The two countries have strong and solid relations, which represents a model to be emulated in Arab relations. At the economic level, the UAE ranks first in terms of foreign direct investments in Egypt, as UAE direct investments reach about $15 billion. In return, Egypt is one of the UAE's largest trading partners, and the UAE market is the first destination for Egyptian exports. Egypt and the UAE represent a buffer wall in order to protect the region and a model of relations to be emulated in the region and the world. Recent years have witnessed close coordination between the two countries on major issues such as Palestinian, Iraqi, Lebanese, Libyan, Yemeni, and Syrian issues. There is a great convergence in political visions and positions towards regional issues.
President al-Sisi held talks on Sunday with Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli, Finance Minister Mohammed Maid, Deputy Minister of Finance for Financial Policies Ahmed Kojak, and Deputy Minister of Finance Public Treasury Dr. Ihab Abouaish. The meeting discussed financial policies.